The shadow that walked ahead of me. The rain had stopped, but the street still smelled like damp metal. Yellow streetlights stretched across the wet asphalt, making everything look unnaturally sharp, like reality had been turned up just a little too high. That's where I understood it. Not when I saw it, when I realized it. My shadow was moving ahead of me. At first, it was subtle, a fraction of a second, something easy to dismiss, fatigue, lighting, anything. But when I stopped, my shadow stopped before I did. Precise, certain, as if it already knew. Something inside me collapsed. The next day, it got worse. When I turned on the light in my room, my shadow appeared on the wall and stayed still. I hadn't moved yet, but it slowly raised its hand. The movement felt more human than my own. When I finally lifted my hand, it felt like I was imitating it, like I was the copy. After that, my shadow stopped mimicking me. It started choosing. Sometimes it would turn its head, staring at something I couldn't bring myself to look at. Sometimes it would begin a motion, then stop halfway, as if something else had caught its attention. And the worst part, I was getting used to it. The night it disappeared, everything changed. I woke up suddenly. The air was cold, wrong cold. The dim light was still on, but the wall was empty. No shadow. For a few seconds, I just stared. My mind refused to process it. Then, I heard breathing behind me. Slow. Deep. I didn't turn around, because I knew if I did, I would see something I could never unsee. I started researching, obsessively, non-stop, buried in obscure forums, forgotten texts, fragmented accounts. One sentence kept repeating. A shadow becomes complete when it no longer depends on light. And beneath it, that's when you are no longer necessary. A few days later, I stood in front of the mirror. My face had changed. Not dramatically, but enough. Enough to feel like it didn't fully belong to me anymore. I stared at my reflection, and it blinked before I did. Then it smiled. This time, I didn't even try to copy it. I just watched. And it stepped out of the mirror. No rush, no violence. Like it had always belonged here. I don't know what happened after that. There was no struggle, no scream. Just a feeling of being erased. Like something inside me quietly switched off. When I opened my eyes again, everything was normal. The room, the light, the silence. I stood up. My body felt lighter, easier, more correct. I walked to the mirror and saw myself. Perfect. Complete. I smiled. This time, it felt natural. Days passed, or maybe more. Life continued. No one noticed. No one questioned anything. But sometimes, rarely, when I'm alone, I hear something. Not outside, inside. A faint sound, weak, suffocated, like someone calling for help from very far away. At first, I thought it was nothing, until one night, I tested it. I turned off the lights and waited. A few seconds later, something appeared on the wall. A shadow. But this time, it lagged behind me. Its movements were uneven, delayed, wrong. It raised its hand, a moment too late. And that's when I understood. That voice, that thing begging for help, was the old me, trapped somewhere dark, somewhere behind the light, somewhere where shadows live now. My smile widened, and softly I whispered, "Don't worry." I paused, watching the trembling shape on the wall. "You'll learn."